Hello everyone and welcome to Cinema UHC Season 7. Cinema is a recorded round created originally by Kiinako and ShadowApples and currently organised by myself, in which each season we look at a popular movie or television franchise and we replicate that in a game of UHC. This season we're going to be replicating the 1980s horror movie The Thing, in which Antarctic explorers come to encounter a shape-shifting monster. We're going to be using an edit of the classic Moles game mode, where one player at the start of episode 2 will become a mole on each team. Although when the mole of this team dies, there's a small chance that another player on the team will become a mole. This won't happen every time, so it's kind of a potential mole's spin, and it's going to ruin the trust of your teams. Because of the fact that there'll end up being more moles than normal, once they die, there's not going to be any kits or anything, so the moles aren't going to have any extra powers, but they're going to end up having the numbers over it. So that's pretty much it for the Gamemode. It's a random team of 5, and Vernon's gonna do the teams because I said he could.
Tiago's an idiot. Alright,
yeah.
Blue team, you have tagggz from Frenzy, Agent 007, Mercury Paradox, Vanillo Freaksit, Ripper Steve M5, Nice Glasses, and Lord Laylaps from Australia. Red team, 78 Ford from Cars, Chloe Winterwaffle, ColdBacon from Spider-Man, and Quill from Purple team. We have Bushy Half and Mr. Craftinator and Daps and Lego Beast and Yellowvit. There's a lot of winter suits here, looking snazzy. Yellow team, the best team. Jamie's outside the cage. Then we have a big blue robot, Scribbler, and Ixolock from Nuzlocke. The other blue team, Evan with the mailman, Dom from Lego Beast, Speedo Shire, Shy Chungus, and Miles on Baseball. And then there's the orange team with Potsy UHC, Longa Vita, Lenbra, Mathy, and Tommy SX. And let's get fighting.
Yeah. Have fun, boys.
Fortnite!
No one started. I did not hear
Running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you could try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless. We were born for greatness. Somebody tell me.
I'm not sure how this game will, honestly.
It's just moles, but when the mole dies,
There's another mole.
there's a chance there's another mole.
Yeah, it's 50% though.
Yeah, so it's 50-50. So there probably will be. I don't think there'll be any third moles, but if there is, that's a deep chance.
Yeah.
Let's say
I mean, I would be surprised if there was even too many, like, first moles.
Yeah,
No, there's
fair enough.
every team has a mole.
Well, yeah, but
Yes.
like,
All right.
when one person dies.
Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome to cinema. Where do cows go on their first date?
Wood.
Where do cows go on their first date, guys?
Whoa, we
The
got
movies.
Whoa, we got books.
With that being said, thanks for watching.
Yeah,
Yep, that's
from
it
my,
for
that's
this
it from my
season.
perspective. I'm done recording. Hey, make your own crafting table, maybe? Hey, Bushy.
Craft. Let me snag that wooden pickaxe from you once you're done with that.
Okay.
What's up, man?
Hey, Bushy.
Yo.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Nacho cheese!
Yes, yes.
We're just on the same wavelength right now, dude. Honestly.
You have
That's
a
it.
joke for me by chance?
Yeah, I do.
What?
Why did the rabbi
Okay, I already don't like this. is
not
going.
accept extra payments?
Why?
Because he only took tips. Oh wait, shit, I fucked it up. Why did the rabbi not accept commission from his circumcision jobs? Because he only took tips. Yeah.
Great. Bushy, I swear to God, get away from my crafting table.
I'm making tools.
Yeah, that's great. I want my table back.
Okay,
all
so
yours,
speaking of
dude, go nuts.
rise, what's the third mole chance? Like after
Wait a
the
minute,
second
where
mole?
the fuck did all the
It's
animals go?
it's
Pretty
the
sure
first
it
one's
just
100%.
halves each time.
It just halves each time. So it's 100% for the first mole,
Huh?
50% for the
I took
second,
all
and then
the
25 for the third, and 12.5. If you have a
With two of them.
12.5, if it's 2 players and there's a mole, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would
Wait,
suck.
Are we just gonna ignore that Kyle robbed us? Wait, that's
There's-
a village.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
there's a
there's
village
two
villager.
players and both are moles.
Whoa,
Their
this is
teams
a
are
freaky
different.
village.
Kyle, I call the carrots if there's carrots.
Okay.
I mean, if there's two
Guys,
players
Antarctica
and
is
they're
insane.
moles, they're team again, right? Like,
No, if there's 2 players and like one of them, there's only one of them
Here,
can be a mole
take some
at a
of the
time.
books.
Oh, I already have
oh,
10,
okay,
but
I got
thank
you.
you so much,
I
Kyle.
remember the failed attempt for this
Exactly, now
first
we have
season
more
was an
books.
anime movie, and that was
Oh.
awesome. I wish we'd go back to the days
The days of what, anime?
of anime movies in cinema.
Yeah, but it broke. It was anime, so yeah.
Yeah, it broke.
Hey,
Quote,
Bushy, what
unquote.
pack are you using?
I'm using a default edit. It's like
Oh,
it's called
that's
blank.
It's so cool. I'm using a glyph pack.
That's awesome, dude. Which glyph pack are you using?
The rainbow edit. They support everyone.
Gay pride. All right. What about you? Oh, dude, I found a cactus.
I'm missing a
Well,
sunrise
Bushy-
back by its calling. Shout out
Yeah,
to
what?
Bushy, what do you call a pig that knows karate? A pork chop.
Oh my god, I should have known that one. I'm fucking stupid, you
pretty good.
fucking idiot, Sam.
I just found a
fucking
forest.
God,
What?
fucking
You
damn
found
it,
a
Sam.
what?
I don't trust you.
There's no
Actually, you know what? It might be outside of the border yet.
There's no
Yeah,
forest in
that's what I
Antarctica, you
thought.
idiot. God.
Oh, is that where we are? Antarctica?
Yeah.
Yep, welcome to
Have you-
Around the World,
so,
guys.
Me and Carter watched the thing Kill Count before we got to this, and it's actually a really good movie. But basically like some alien shit happens in it. Like these Norwegians go to Antarctica for some research mission, whatever, and they find an alien like frozen in the ice.
Oh, I just found an ice temple.
Also,
And the
the
alien-
moles are the aliens. Okay.
Yeah,
guys,
the alien.
Guys, I found a temple.
What?
I found a
A
temple, but
cactus,
like it's
yeah.
made of stone and ice.
There's skeletons.
that's
I
the
don't want to
thing.
fuck with those
There's
guys.
structures? That's cool.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
dude. No one's first damage yet. Should I do it?
No.
No, I'm gonna go for Iron Man. You're right, Das.
Anvil.
Yeah.
Thanks for
I'm a good person.
thanks for motivating me.
Yeah, problem. No problem.
Are we all on the same page that if we kill Quill, it's like pushing over a kid in a wheelchair?
Oh, wow, I got... Oh, my...
Pretty cool move.
Depends if he's
Oh,
lagging or
cool.
not.
Gygus is
okay.
first damage.
So I got
Really
23
cool.
gold and 5
Wow.
diamonds.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nice.
Damn.
Bushy, it's
That's-
kind of like if the kid in the wheelchair is standing up, how is I supposed to know that he's disabled?
It's just common knowledge.
His name is Yellowbit,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay.
and that's what we call pwnage, dude. I'm sorry.
Promo.
Pro momento número dos.
Puro momento número dos.
All right, so who do you think the mole is already?
I see someone.
Tommy,
big guy.
Hannah, Skriv,
Kyle.
Steve, Lego, Tiago.
Great, that's good.
Me?
I think it's the first person in every team.
Okay.
So Ford, me,
Done.
kill that guy.
You think that you're the
Dominic.
mole?
Yeah, I know I'm the mole.
Guys, I
That'd be
think he's the
pretty-
mole.
That'd be pretty nuts, wouldn't it?
Would be, yeah.
I like how mobs spawn in like a cluster together and they just
Wait, Kyle, come over
explode.
here.
Huh?
I'm gonna make something. I'm gonna...
Oh.
This. Wait, I need more. Hold on. This shouldn't be taking this long. I'm just really bad at this.
All right,
Ooh,
I've got
look at that.
a cave.
Whoa. You didn't have to flex on me like that.
Oh, I had to put you in your place.
Mikey Michael romance. Why would you say that out
We're
loud?
holding a grudge ever since I
Out loud in
rebranded to
chat.
Flex on Olego.
Oh, dude, here's.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Bushy?
Only found coal.
Yo, what's up?
What are cave
Uh,
generations like?
What do you call...
Vanilla looks like. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you call... Did I already do cheese isn't yours? Did we
Yeah.
do that one?
Yeah, we did. Nacho cheese.
Jesus. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really struggling.
Damn. Sad times.
Okay, so you guys want to hear a 7-minute joke? It takes 7 minutes to tell.
No.
Sure.
It's gonna have to be a majority. Yes, Crafts are the tiebreaker.
I mean, we can't stop you.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, Wait, what?
Imagine, Lego, you're from the big city. You're from like New York, aren't you?
I mean, yes.
Like you've been to the big city many times.
Yes.
Okay, so what are there a lot of in the big city?
Your sidewalks.
Sidewalks, yep. They're usually next to like skyscrapers, right?
Yeah, and pigeon. Oh my god.
Pigeons, yeah. Yeah, let me tell you about the pigeon. That's a whole other story in itself. But between skyscrapers specifically, there happens to be a lot of hobos. Like a lot of them, right? Like, you know, a lot of homeless people in the big city.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So this story pertains to a particular hobo named Hobo Steve.
Hobo Steve, okay.
Yes, and one day Hobo Steve's just chilling in his box that he's got on the side of the road, trying his hardest to, you know, make a dime by begging, as hobos do.
Okay.
And Hobo Steve hears some commotion down the alleyway one day.
Ooh, okay.
He says, "What's going on with that?" And he like walks over there, and it's a guy getting mugged. They're like beating the shit out of this dude, like. And then, you know, Hobo Steve soon realizes they're not just beating the shit out of this guy for his money, they're trying to kill him.
Trying to kill him. Okay.
Yes. So Hobo Steve runs over there.
So Hobo Steve is about to die, from what I'm
No,
knowing.
Hobo Steve's about to save this dude from dying.
Oh, okay.
Hobo Steve runs over there
Gallantly. Sure.
Yes.
Actually, no. I think I got that wrong too. I
Found a
think it's
spawner.
Gallantly.
Whatever.
No, actually, no. It's Valiantly.
Valiantly and displaying great gallant. Whatever. Anyways.
I think I think we're making up a word there.
Anyways,
but,
yeah. Okay. So Hobo Steve runs over there, and he, you know, just kicks the shit out of these guys trying to kill the guy.
Right. Do we know the names of these guys?
No, they're not important. Don't worry.
Not important. Okay.
But the guy. Oh god, there's creeper. Okay. And the guys.
Oh man.
No, they run off. Steve, you know, helps the guy up off his feet, and he's like, up on his feet. And the guy's like, "Oh my god, thank you so much. Like, those guys were gonna kill me. I'm involved with some like shady figures. Like, I don't know. I do a lot of weird stuff, like business, whatever." And the guy's like, "Don't worry about it, man. I'm just helping you." He's like, "Please, like, I don't have any money to give you as to show like thanks, but I have to, like, what's your name? I have to thank you somehow." And the guy's like, "Hey, my name's Steve. I'm a hobo. You know, whatever." And the guy's like, "You know, I wish I could repay you somehow. So I'm actually on a cruise this upcoming week, this weekend." Wow. Lord dies, and there's the sirens to go get him.
That was good timing.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. And he's like, "I'm going on a cruise this weekend, and I'd like you to come as like my special guest. Like, it's all free of charge. Don't worry. Like, I can't thank you enough for this, regardless. Like, it's amazing. So, like, please come on this cruise with me." And he's like, I don't know. I'll have to make up my mind. I'll have to like think about it, if that's all right." And he's like, "Yeah, where do you live?" I'm like, "I live in between these two streets. I got a cardboard box. You know, like you'll find it. It's a big cardboard box. It says Steve on it." And the guy's like, "Okay, cool. I'll."
Just to recap,
yes.
Hobo Steve has committed murder.
No, Hobo Steve saved. He scared them away.
But, okay, he scared them. Okay.
Yeah, he scared them away. And this guy that he saved is like offering him to go on a cruise.
Okay.
So he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll swing by your box some other time then, I guess." And he's like, "Okay, cool, I'll see you then." Dude fucking comes by like the day before the cruise and is like, "Steve, have you made up your mind?" He was like, "Yes, I have. I'll be going on the cruise with you. When do we leave?" And he's like, "Tomorrow morning at the pier. Be there. We'll have all the stuff for you." And he's like, "Okay, cool." Steve shows up at the pier, and he's like very, very nervous but excited to go on a cruise. You know, he's lived the life of a hobo. He's got nothing really going for him, so this is a new experience. The guy's like, "Steve, thank you." The guy's name is James, by the way. The guy that he saved is James. James is like, "Thank you so much, like, for showing. Oh my god, I was worried we're about to leave without you because like you just weren't showing up." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry. Glad I'm here." And he's like, "Awesome." And then like as like they're boarding the ship, Steve realizes, "Steve, you smell like shit." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a hobo." And he's like, "Okay, so the water's out on the decks right now, so we can't give you a shower or anything. But so if that's all right with you, can you just stay in the in your like lodge until all the guests that paid are done for the day? Like we can leave the bars and stuff open for you, and the pool and stuff. You can just go, you know, hang out there." And he's like, "Oh, sure thing, James. I appreciate it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem. Like thank you very much for saving me." He's like, "Okay, cool." So he goes into the room. He's just chilling and playing Monopoly, doing his thing until, you know, about like 11 p.m. when the ship really starts like closing down for the night. He walks out there and James is waiting for Steve, just patiently. Goes out, welcomes him, says, "Hey, here's the pool, here's this, here's the bar. Do whatever you really want to do, man. It's up to you." And Hobo Steve is like, "Yeah, perfect. Okay, great." He's like just, you know, drinking around, trying the drinks, going to the pool, and then there's
Of
a
course,
giant.
like any normal person would.
Yes, just normal person things. He enjoys his time. He enjoys his time on the boat, and he sees there's a diving board next to the pool. And Hobo Steve he loves diving. He used to dive in high school, so he thinks, you know what? I'll go up there and I'll give it a go. I'll see what I can do with diving. Hobo Steve throws himself up there, and he fucking gets up there. He's like looking around. There's no one else around. Just James watching him, and he does this dive, and it's immaculate.
Who does the dive? Hobo Steve does the dive?
Hobo Steve does the dive. That is immaculate. He does like
Interesting.
4 front flips, like 17 other kinds of moves, crazy shit, and does it without a drop of water. It's amazing.
He doesn't even get wet.
No, he's wet.
Oh,
but, like,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, there's no splash really, as any like.
Oh.
He's an insane diver, and James. I don't know why I said Kevin.
Yeah,
James, Kevin James from Paul Blart Mall Cop. James
And grown
is
up.
like, and grown ups, yes. James is like, that was amazing. I actually forgot to book an entertainment, but if we can, like, get you to dive for us on the ship, that'd be crazy, because, like, that was the most insane shit I've ever seen. Steve, you're amazing. And he's like, oh, thank you, Mr. James, I appreciate it, but I'm not sure, I haven't dived since high school, and I haven't really done it in front of a crowd ever. He's like,
the course is owned by James?
yeah, the cruise is owned by James.
Oh, yeah, no.
And he's like,
Oh, wait, I didn't know that.
yeah, James owns the cruise ship. Like, it's his cruise line that he's running.
So he doesn't have any money to give Hobo.
No, he didn't have any on him at the time.
Oh,
Of
okay.
getting
But he
mugged.
had a cruise.
Yeah, but he had a cruise ship. He's like, I can just offer you time at the cruise. And he's like, oh, sure, man, whatever. That sounds cool.
A shrewd businessman.
Yes, he's very sketchy, but he's, Hobo Steve reels it through his brain. He's like, you know what? This guy's giving me a free cruise, and I guess I can show my gratitude and just dive for him. So it comes time to dive at like around the end of the week, and he goes out there, like, he puts on like a skin tight Speedo Shire,
Ooh,
and
that was
it
a good one.
is disgusting because Hobo Steve has not shaved in about 5.5 years or however long
Yeah,
he's
he
been a hobo.
didn't shave before the performance.
So what they did is they glossed him up, they fucking oiled him up,
They
shaved
oiled
him
him
down,
up.
they oiled him up, they shaved him, revealing his amazing hobo muscles. This man is a jacked figure.
Okay.
After years of living on the streets, like barely eating food, he is toned as fuck.
That makes no sense, but
Yeah,
okay.
no, okay.
So Hobo Steve, it's coming time to dive, and he's a little bit nervous, but he's like, I'll do this for James. Runs up to the pool, and there he is. He sees James. He's like, James, here it is. All these people came out here to see you dive. I've been talking up a storm about you lately.
Steve.
James is talking to Steve. Yes, yeah, my bad. So James saying, Steve, all these guys came out to see you dive. It's gonna be crazy. Like, I've been talking up a storm about you for the past week. Everyone's excited to see this. And he's like, oh, okay. I mean, sure, man. And like, he's like, yep, the diving board's right over there. And he looks at the diving board, and it's a lot bigger than it used to be. In fact, it's massive. They took every like loose piece of furniture and all the other diving boards and stacked them on top of each other, making this diving board crazy tall, like a skyscraper's height.
Okay.
Steve looks at this. He's a little bit scared, but he's like, "Oh well, I mean, I said I thought."
I think Steve can do it. I think he'll do it.
Steve says, "Well, I mean, I said I was gonna dive, so I'll just go dive." And then he starts climbing up the ladder. Everyone's cheering him on. Are you okay, Lego Beast?
Yeah, I just took a quick fall, but no damage.
Awesome. I see that Jamie's on 2 hearts with 600 ping. Anyways, Steve starts climbing this ladder, and he's going. And he's going, and like everyone's cheering for him, and he keeps climbing and climbing until he can't hear them cheering anymore. That's how high up he is. He keeps climbing and climbing. He breaks the clouds. He comes out soaking wet, and it's freezing because he's so high up in the atmosphere at this point. And then he just keeps going and going, and at this point, he's getting hard for him to breathe. There's not much oxygen where he's at. He's so high up, and he looks down at like where he's at so far, and just sees that the ship is just a small dot of light on the ocean. And then Steve keeps climbing, and he finally makes it. He's like almost out of Earth, out of the atmosphere. He's that high up. He's crazy.
That's absurd.
Steve looks around, holding his breath, and says to himself in his mind, "Well, the fastest way to get down is by jumping."
But
Steve,
I don't remember how we preface this. Is this a joke?
it's a joke, yeah. So
Okay,
Steve,
okay. I didn't remember.
Steve, gets to the edge of the diving board. He jumps a few times, and then starts going down. He plummets. He's doing somersaults and flips and everything. He's doing all these diving techniques, putting the real flair into it. The Ric Flair drip. He's going. He's Everyone, no one can see him. They just see him come down. He punches through the clouds.
Okay.
He's like almost on fire with how fast he's coming out of the atmosphere. It's crazy. Punches through the clouds, hits the pool, not a single drop of water. Punches through the bottom of the ocean, of the pool, through the hull of the ship, through the engine room, down to the bottom of the ocean, and he kicks off the bottom of the ocean after finally slowing down with all that momentum, and he pushes back up. Comes up next to the side of the ship as it's like slowly sinking because he punched a hole through it by going that fast. And he swims up the surface and everyone's losing their mind. They're like, "Oh my God, Steve, that was amazing! Oh my God!" And like they throw him like an inner tube to like to like reel himself back up on shore, onto the boat. And like the first person to greet him when he gets up back on ship is James. He's like, James is like, "Steve, that was amazing! I can't believe you just did that! Like, how is that even possible? That was the craziest shit I've ever seen." He's like, "You punched through the boat, like you went through the ship," and then Steve
Would the
just
ship not be sinking right now?
It's slowly sinking.
Okay,
And Steve looks at him.
no one's noticed.
No one really cares because they're so in awe at Steve's amazing talent.
Oh, they seem like they should get the priorities straight.
Yeah. And then like he's like, "You punched the ship! I can't believe it! Like, how is that even possible?"
I would be
He's
furious.
like, well, James, you see, I've been through many hardships in my life.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that was it.
I'm gonna.
It's the joke.
That was the joke. Yeah.
User disconnected.
That was so powerful.
I felt it. Okay, that wasn't 7 minutes.
User
That was
joined
around
your
11 minutes and a half. But
Yeah,
okay,
it can
I'll
take
it.
as long as you want to. I had some interruptions from the peanut.
Okay,
Peanut.
so I thought about it for a while and I hated that joke.
Okay. I thought it was pretty good. There's a kid in my shop that just got here. He's like new in the platoon. He told that joke like 6 times, so I've heard it quite a few times now.
Remember, there's a really long joke that MPMG used to tell all the time, but I will not repeat it because that takes even longer than yours.
Wow, that's depressing to even think about.
Well, it's a very
Yeah.
good joke.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
this one was way too long for the punchline for the payoff.
I mean, hey man, went through a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
You stop repeating it, it doesn't make it any better.
It makes it a lot better. Alright, well, that's what I said. Did everyone like the joke? Because I didn't.
I
It
appreciate
took up
it.
like the entire episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we all have an episode title to use.
Hobo Steve.
Yeah.
Or hardship. I was gonna name mine hardships, but then people are like, "Ooh, Lego takes a lot of damage." Is that? But no, instead the payoff is just a really shitty joke.
It's so clickbait.
Yeah.
They were gonna, oh, Lego Titan.
Old greatest joke of all time.
Okay, I have 44 gold.
I've
You guys
got
timed it? That's
16.
awesome.
Yeah.
I have a little more. I don't know, I just went off of what Daft said.
Alright, so
You're
I have
down
6 gold.
3 hearts.
Oh, 78 forts dying.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal in a second. Gold here, and just
I'm
smelt it
coming.
real quick. Oh god.
This kid kind of blows, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I understand what they were thinking.
I never mine well in cinema. I always mine like actual shit.
I've never played cinema.
I never
Alright, I
mined
have.
well.
Alright, I now have 5 gapples.
What the fuck? Oh, it's 23 gold, that's right.
No, I found 23 gold in the temple, and then I just
yeah.
mined a bunch.
What's your rate soon, Nelson?
I don't know,
They
but
seem to be not super low because I've already gotten a fair amount of gold.
what do I have to make? Oh, I keep on forgetting that I only have like a certain amount of wood.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have like 50 crafting tables and 64 sticks. And
I'm just holding on to one. I usually make like a bunch of crafting tables, but I'm only have.
well, moles get set in about 15 seconds, so.
I'm gonna be a
Yeah. Oh, I found gold under coal. It's
You
It's
fun.
can
gonna be
just-
like Kyle and
So you
First
know, if
me,
it's me,
then Kyle.
if it's me, I'm asking for your guys' chords.